What it do, baby? YouTube, we're back at it again with another video. But as you can see, we're taking a afro to waves. Well, I ain't gonna lie, he gonna have to do a little brushing. But yeah, so anyway, we're doing a big chop, big transformation. Hopefully you can stick around for the whole video because I feel as though I was really in my bag with this one. But anyway, I took a 4 guard, took it down with the grain, against the grain, just to get everything even, to see where everything is growing, everything. And it's really just to get it down, get the hair on up out of there. Then I took my 2 guard with the grain, just to bring it down to a more manageable level. Personally, I wanted to bring it down to like a 1 guard, 1.5, or 1 guard open, which in return actually makes it into a 1.5, but it just cuts a little bit lower and it's a little bit cleaner. But my client said he wanted to leave it right here, so what we do, we left it right there. Excuse me, he said he wanted to leave it dark and everything like that, so hey, I do what they tell me to do with my own twist. But anyway, right here, as you can see, I just put in my ball line, and as you know, as always, just bumped it up to my 3rd notch. And notice how many times I'm going over it. Just bumped it up to my 2nd notch. But notice how many times I'm going over the same spot. It looks pretty mundane, but like I always say, just bumped it up to my 4th notch. It looks pretty mundane, but the thing about it is, in this industry, it's all about repetition. Just bumped it up to my 5th notch. It's all about repetition. How many times can you hit the same spot without A, irritating the skin? Just put on my 1 guard, and it's on my 3rd level, 3rd notch. But how many times can you hit the same spot without irritating the skin, but also getting the hair to the same length? This is my half guard on my 3rd notch. But yeah, man, like I said, this industry is all about repetition. We see clients every day. Main cut you're gonna see is either a ball fade or a taper fade. That's really it. It's very rare for you to see a mohawk or or designs or something like that, unless you actively promote designs. And then from that point, it's a different conversation. Now myself, when it comes to designs, I ain't gonna say I'm all that. I mean, I can do my thing, but at the same time, I know it's something I need to work on. So, do I promote it? No. But at the same time, when I have a client that wants them, I make sure to perform. That's my 1.5 guard, and I believe that was my 2nd notch, and I think I just closed it up all the way. Just went down to my 1 guard, and yes, I'm on my 3rd notch.
Chase nostalgia.
And notice when I use my finger, I stretch the skin. When you stretch the skin, all the hairs pop up. When the hairs pop up, you get a cleaner cut, more smooth, more even, more gradient. And the more gradient the blend, starting at the bottom, the more, the more attention it'll pop out. The more it'll pop out, especially when you put that line on it. Put in my ball line, 3rd notch. And notice I'm combing after every 3 to 5 strokes and everything like that. And the reason behind that is because you're moving the hair. You're manipulating the hair. You need the hair to lay how you need to see how the hair is going to lay. So when the client brushes or combs their hair, they'll have that same blend. They'll have that same cut. And notice I'm picking it. That's my 2 guard. That's my 1.5 guard. And right here I'm just blending now, connecting the bottom with the top. And notice I'm not even using the full blade. I'm using the corner of it. And notice how I'm combing at a direction, at a slight angle. So I always want to make sure to get behind that ear. It helps with the transition. Now this is an OG move. This is called the tiger claw. Now notice when I'm doing my lineup, I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible. Now I'm gonna take what I need to take, but I'm trying to keep it as natural as possible. When it comes to going around the ear, just pull the ear down, stretch it down, and just do what you gotta do. And then, come to think about it, this client has been on my page 3 times. We've done a lot of hair transformations with him. But yeah, like I said, you want to use the corner of the blade, go all the way around. Just tap, tap, tap. You want to use the corner of the blade as if it was a pencil. Once again, like you can see, I'm not pushing them in, not pushing them back. I take what I need to take, but I'm not excessive. When you let the clipper do its job, let it do its work, you'll get these lines. Now, when it comes to the lineup, you always want to start in the middle. I mean, unless you've been cutting a client for years, but you always want to start in the middle. When you start in the middle, you can find where the high points are and where the low points are. Now notice I'm always going back to my starting position. And that's really just to follow that line. I'm not one of those people that can just go straight across and make a straight line. At some point in time, it's gonna dip down. And notice I'm using that corner of my blade to get in that tight spot. And then as always, what you do to one side, you do to the other. See? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the cut. You know what? That's the cut. So yeah, if you found this video helpful in any shape, form, or fashion, consider liking, consider sharing it if it'll help somebody else. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. As always, peace, love, and curl cream. Let's make it a good one. Blig out.